Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the student media webinar. I'm really excited for this next presentation that we've got in the Office of Parent and Family Services in our summer webinar series. I'm going to invite our two panelists to join in here in just a moment, but as we're getting everything prepped, I do want to make a couple of quick general announcements. We want to make sure for all of our webinars that these are engaging and interactive webinars for our family members. So we want you to ask questions and share with us so that we can answer and make sure that you know about what the opportunities, services, and programs that are available to you and to your students through all of these different resources and everything. And so use that Q&A function at the bottom of the box to make sure that you ask the questions that you are interested in so that we can make sure that we're answering everything that you need. I do ask, though, that when you are sharing those questions that you are really careful not to share any type of identifying information regarding your student, because this is going live right now via Zoom, as well as it's on our Facebook Live page and would live there after this. So please make sure you're not putting out any type of Blaze ID or full name, email address, anything along those lines about your student, and just so that we can share things appropriately. We will be saving this presentation and sharing it off of the Parent and Family Services website afterwards. It will be fully captioned, so if there are others that are, are interested in this content but weren't able to participate today, you will be able to share this with them later on. I will say it will take a couple of days before we're able to get it up on our website because we have to fully caption it first. But with that being said, I'd like to invite my two panelists to join me today for the that are going to be hosting our presentation about our student media. So we've got Jackie Alexander and Reese Finch. Thank you both so much for joining us. I really, truly want to say thank you for taking the time out this evening, especially to share with family members about the opportunities that you have available to offer to our students. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to you two.
Awesome. Thank you, Meredith. We have enjoyed a long partnership with Parent and Family Services and really value our relationship with them. And so we're excited to talk directly to you about the Department of Student Media and what we have to offer. And so I'm going to share my screen now, if you would bear with me, because we have a short PowerPoint for y'all to go over our department and what services we provide. Slideshow. So my name is Jackie Alexander. I serve as the Director of Student Media at UAB. I have been at UAB for the past 2 years and came to UAB from Clemson University after serving as Student Media Advisor for 6 years there. And I'm going to give Reese a second to introduce himself as well.
Great. I'm Reese Finch. I'm the Assistant Director of Student Media at UAB. I have been here since September. I came from Western Oregon University, where I served as Student Media Advisor there for 4 years.
Great. So UAB Student Media is comprised fully of students. Reese and myself are the only 2 professional staff members that work with 4 really amazing student-run organizations.
Our mission at Student Media is to be a renowned media organization that provides students with co-curricular experiences that empowers them to be great leaders, communicators, and storytellers. We want our students to be media literate. We want them to be strong collaborators, and we want them to be able to execute ideas from the planning stages to post-production to marketing and beyond.
Here are some photos from some of our events over the last 2 years. And so on the left, you'll see our members of our Aura Literary Arts magazine. They partnered with our Birmingham Museum of Art to create a community installation at our Taste of UAB event that's held in the welcome week of fall. And so they invited community members to come and paint a section of 2 different paintings, one of which hangs in our office right now. On the right, you'll see one of our mini training courses. All of our students come in and we provide, direct training for them to learn about media law and ethics, to learn about storytelling, to learn about multimedia. We do it all in-house. So one of our organizations is Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope is actually one of the oldest organizations that we have. It is over 52 years old, so yes, it is actually older than the university itself. This publication has run weekly in the past, but these are all students that produce this. They make the decisions on content. They decide what stories they want to pursue and how they want to frame them. They do all of the writing, photography, video work, and they post it. And a lot of times I don't even see the stories until after they're out. They are managing a staff of 40 people at one time, and they make all those decisions. Their main goal is to tell the story of UAB and chronicle our history and what things are important to our student, staff, faculty, and community members. So in the past, we've run as a weekly newspaper that was distributed across Birmingham. At one point, over the last 2 years, we were printing 6,000 copies, both on campus and off campus. Now, because of everything that's happening with COVID, we have transitioned primarily to digital, and we expect to see that happen more in the fall semester as well. We are planning to launch a monthly or semesterly magazine while also continuing to be digital first online. And so I'm going to walk you through our website really quickly. So this is UAB Blazer Media Co. And so you can see that we talk about campus, city lifestyle. There are different sections for videos. We cover sports. We have a different section for each one of our organizations. If you really want to know what students are thinking on campus, this is a good place to go, and really would encourage you, even for yourself, to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on our website, so that way you can be connected to what's going on in our Blazer community, and so you can have conversations with your student about it.
And I don't know if we really stated up front, all of our organizations are student run from top to bottom. We're here to be like the adults in the room to say kind of yay or nay, steer them clear of trouble, and to give them the top tier training that they all deserve in order to run their organizations and be better every day. Blaz Radio is essentially, we provide DJ services on campus and within the community. They are spinning live with pro DJ controllers using their own music libraries. We also have quite a bit available to them. They host events like karaoke and lip sync battle on campus. And then they also have been doing a lot of work towards podcasting, and even created some video series that were very successful this year. And because of that, we're looking at some exciting changes for the fall that we'll talk about a little bit more in a few minutes. But before we go further, we wanted to show a short clip of our beloved student Trevor. Trevor Stewart launched Trevor Takes On this year after we found a way to basically channel this one student's frustrations. He was always complaining around the office, and we said that would make really good content. Why don't you just go in the studio and record it? And he did, and I think it turned out great.
Furthermore, Cupid, kind of weird. Matter of fact, Cupid's weird, if we're being honest. Like, the whole concept of Cupid, let's talk about Cupid, all right? A baby armed with a bow First of all, so we're putting a weapon in a baby's arms, a baby wearing a diaper, which means it's not even potty trained yet. This baby is allowed to decide who you fall in love with, and it gets to just shoot it willy-nilly. Like, that's kind of creepy. Like, so Cupid is weird. Valentine's Day isn't sincere anymore because it's about who can get the most expensive gift, and it's a competition. And on top of that, you're doing it because it's a day on the calendar and not because you genuinely love your spouse. So I'm Trevor, don't like Valentine's Day, and it's not for my lack of bae, even though I don't have one. If you had a problem with anything I said, you can see me in these tweets, you can see me in these streets, and you can get these beats.
So that was a little slice of Trevor Takes On. And if your student is interested in Blaze Radio, we're really looking for enthusiastic music lovers, music snobs, podcasters, storytellers. Honestly, each organization we have, we're looking for storytellers, even if they're not great at it yet. If they are enthusiastic and have a story to tell, even if it's theirs, even if they're really good at relaying other people's, I think they'd be a great fit here. Moving on to UAB TV. They are our online video programming arm of student media. They mostly broadcast on Instagram and YouTube. They've kind of started to blend the two. And so if you're looking for shows, I mean, students can pitch and make their own shows, finding teams to help collaborate with each other to make bigger products. This last year alone, we covered ghost hunting, Benn Bites, which went into the city to find some of the best food and restaurants out there, city and campus discovery with extracurricular. They did a collaboration with Kaleidoscope, the newspaper. They did a Campus Voices series where they got students' opinions around campus. They even did the Sidewalk Cinema 48-hour film competition and competed in that this year, and I'm incredibly proud of them. And hopefully they win. The voting is this week. And then there's even a short form video series called On the Spot that was incredibly successful. Our man on the street, Chance, would go around and just randomly ask people weird questions, and it took off and was a hit right off the bat. The students also live stream events. They're hosting workshops on video editing, production, and interviewing. We even earlier last month had an online masterclass about how to create multimedia projects from home during the COVID outbreak. And that's even archived so we can use that in the future. But we'll be hosting another one of those in the fall because who knows what the climate looks like then. I think we're going to check out a clip, from Benn Bites. They went down to T-Bones in 5 Points and got an interview there.
And I said UAB hat, so how's like UAB life and like student life?
When it's fun, you know what I'm saying? It's all about UAB, I feel like I'm a part of UAB, Southside, excuse me. I'd also like to think that I'm a part of the Renaissance. Southside was a little stagnant for a while. They were looking for businesses to come and, give a jump start to Southside. They came to Eastside. They remembered that we were over here, and some good people invited me over here. I found this spot, and there's history after that. Southside UAB, it's my love. You know what I'm saying? They've supported me through thick and thin, and I totally appreciate it. I love and respect them all.
Oh my god.
That is delicious.
I really like the taste of the turkey. The turkey tastes like amazing.
Awesome. So I'm going to tell you about Oralary Arts Review. Oralary Arts Review will actually be turning 50 years old next year. It's printed once per year. We take submissions from anyone. So we take submissions from UAB students, staff, faculty members. We take them from community members. We get submissions from across the country, but also across the world. We have a lot of people even high schoolers or middle schoolers that submit and are chosen by our students in a blind jury panel to be in this magazine. We do poetry, we do prose, and we do artwork. We've also done spotlights on spoken word artists on on their YouTube channel. They typically have an annual launch event where we celebrate the arts in our community, and they work with local poets and artists to bring different workshops to campus about creating your own art. We also do 2 poetry showcases per year, 1 per semester. We do Battle Royale, which is my favorite, and it's one of our newer showcases. We invite each university in Alabama to send their 2 best spoken word artists, and they compete for the title of Best Spoken Word Artist in Alabama. UAB hasn't won yet, but I'm hoping that with some new talent that's coming in this next year that we can take home the title ourselves. We're looking at Aura. You don't have to be into the arts. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be, write poetry. The former editor-in-chief had a dabbling interest in poetry, but really had a love for the organization. So we're looking for students that are interested in publishing, and this is a good way to get a good start on that. Our former editor-in-chief, so before our last one, as a result of her involvement with student media, her and 2 other former student media students launched their own magazine called Camellias, which celebrates the modern Southern woman, and they've created this and had their own launch and had, several issues, and it all came about because of a conversation that they had in our office. So we're looking for students that are interested in publishing. We are looking for students that are interested in the arts, but we're also looking for students that are interested in event planning and logistics and marketing and social media. You don't have to be a great artist to work for us, but if you have an appreciation for the arts and skills elsewhere, we'll find somewhere for that student. Sparklab is my baby. It is our newest organization. Sparklab is a great testament to what your UAB student can be involved in. This was a group of students, our innovation fellows, that recognized that there was an issue with getting students engaged with campus organizations, and they decided to create a solution to the problem. They came to us and they came to another department, and we worked side by side, myself and the firm director, for over a year, doing site visits, doing phone calls, doing research, doing market analysis, and creating a solution for both their problem of making sure that students are engaged on campus and knowing what's available for them, while also providing creative services to Birmingham businesses for our department. So just like all of our other organizations, Sparklab is completely student run. In the last 4 or 5 months, the students have learned how to submit their own bids. They've learned how to court clients. They've learned how to manage difficult clients, and they've learned how to provide feedback to their peers on something that can be very creative, very subjective, which is their art. So right now, they do branding. They create branding palettes, they create logos, they create flyers. We're looking at providing promotional materials and advising different businesses on how can they appropriately market, not just to UAB students, but to the greater community. This group is a little more specialized, so we're looking for students that have already developed skills. So we're looking for students that have very specific skills in Adobe Creative Suite, who have skills in marketing and who have skills in sales. We have right now 2 sales associates. They get to learn as well. They get to go out and interface with Birmingham businesses and say, what are your business's goals? And how can I connect our products and our services so you can meet your goals? And it's a great learning opportunity for them.
And student media as a whole allows students to, like Jackie was saying, build and develop relationships with clients. Hopefully they're expressing their creativity and viewpoints. We will put in our 2 cents, but it is their stories. It's what they want to tell. It's what they want to develop on a daily basis. They'll have to navigate managing their peers and a media business. Hopefully get some critical thinking and problem solving skills that especially employers want, but hopefully I think society wants. And then practice alongside their coursework. So hopefully this can lend a hand in their other courses, even where they least expect it. We see students in even their writing courses saying, wow, the work I'm doing at the newspaper, the work I'm doing at UAB TV is helping my coursework along. I'm doing better because of this. It doesn't matter what major you are. You can find something, even if it's not relevant to your major, you can join us and I think find something worthwhile to be doing here.
Awesome. And Reese touched on this in the last slide, but it's really important for us that our students graduate and that they are ready for their careers. Something that we started saying last year is your life, your career, your experience, it starts here in student media. Without being involved in student media in my undergraduate years, I wouldn't be sitting here with you today. It prepared me for going into the field, and then it prepared me and made me realize how much I enjoy helping students learn and helping students figure out the news. And so we try to provide different workshops and site visits to make sure students can understand these are your options after you graduate, and these are the things you should be thinking about while you're in your current coursework, like internships and scholarships and practicums. We did have a student that worked with Kaleidoscope who was interning with James Spann, who's a meteorologist, and inside of a TV station and learning what that looks like. So we do site visits on occasion. So we have visited al.com. We took about 25 students to al.com, and they got to hear from people across their newsroom. We did also take students to Outpost Pictures, which is a production company. I believe it's here in Vestavia. We bring in journalists and media professionals as often as we can to talk directly to our students as part of our talent talks. That's when they get a chance to hear what their journey was from I am interested in this field to I am now successful in this field. So John Archibald from al.com is a wonderful friend of ours, came out the day after his sabbatical from al.com and talked to a group of 20 of our students. Rhonda Robinson of Fox 6 came out and talked to our students. Isis Jones was leaving 98.7 KISS and moving across the country, and she still made time to come sit and talk with us. And it's really great for them to be able to network and connect with working professionals. So we just wanted to share with you some of the things that our students have said about working in the department. Adam McCurry is a former sales representative of ours, and our time overlapped briefly. The student is incredibly brilliant, but because of his work as a sales representative and interfacing with businesses, he was able to land an internship which then later turned into what he says was his dream job. That's the kind of experience that your student can expect in student media. I've had past sales students that single-handedly sold $75,000 worth of advertising in 1 year by themselves. And then when it came time for graduation and they were looking for a job, she didn't have to settle for a job. She got her pick of jobs, and she ended up right out of undergrad working for a New York ad agency.
And sometimes the professional connections that we make for the students when we have visiting professionals, or sometimes we'll even just make recommendations. You know, you should go talk to this person. Here's all their details. Those connections are what lead to a big change in someone's life. So Chloe Hosley worked for UAB TV with us. And so it was like that light switch moment where you're talking to a professional and you go, yeah, that's what I want to be doing. I had no idea. And I myself in college had that same experience with student media. I think it is just the best formative experience you can have. Even if you just try it, come in and talk with us during one of these chats. They're open to campus. You can come by and visit with these professionals too. We want to make it available to everyone we can. on Sweet Miles Womack, who is one of our favorite students. Again, started at UAB studying marketing and business, and just kind of didn't feel like he was following a calling. He was just doing it to get through it. And his writing is incredible and has developed so much in the time he's been with us. He is incredibly passionate about it, and that lets him just be able to be a stronger writer, and B, follow a passion he didn't necessarily know he had before. And so this is the opportunity that has opened the doors for him to do something that he really wants to do, as opposed to something he felt like he had to do. And then, yeah, do you want me to cover this? I'm sorry, I forgot.
I got it.
Oh, too cool.
So how to get involved? How do you get involved in UAB student media? No training or experience required. They don't have to have any background in news writing, in filmmaking, in poetry. We provide all the training. Maurice is fantastic and has wonderful online modules to teach them marketing, to teach them branding, to teach them idea creation and development, to teach them production. We talk about law and ethics, so we'll make sure no one gets sued. We talk about what their rights and responsibilities are as journalists, and then how do you go about interviewing a source. We provide all of the training in-house. The only skills that we really require, with the exception of Sparklab, is passion, creativity, and curiosity. I can train someone how to do Associated Press style. I can train someone how to do the inverted pyramid and write better. It's harder to train someone to be curious about their world and ask, why is this that way? Let me investigate. So if your student has a curiosity and wants to know things, we want them working with us. Again, we're open to any and all majors. It doesn't matter what they're studying. They don't have to be communication studies. They don't have to be marketing. They don't have to be media studies. We work with all students, no matter what their major is. We have a lot of management students that are making videos for us, and we love to have them. Our students learn so much working with us. They learn conflict management. So a lot of the conversations I have are, I have a student or I have a staff member who is not, sending their stuff in by deadline consistently. How do I have that conversation with them? They learn how to confront people with compassion. They learn interpersonal skills. They learn how to have conversations with each other that are emotionally intelligent and get them to the solution that they need to find. They learn customer service and client management skills, even basic things as learning how to write a professional email. Even our concierges, which are our front desk workers, they learn and develop that skill. They're communicating with the public, with other, department heads on behalf of on behalf of me. And so they have learned how to develop the appropriate skills to communicate with professionals, which will help them in their life after UAB. They've learned client management, what's appropriate to discuss with a client, when to push back on a client's needs and or demands, what's an appropriate time frame to respond to things. And then they learn critical thinking skills. If you talk to any of our students, you will hear three before me. So I need you to consult 3 different sources before you come ask me the question. Google is a great friend and help to you. They learn how to develop new skills that they've never done before, learning how to write proposals. Students know when they come in the office and they say, hey, Jackie, I have this idea, but it's probably gonna cost money. My next follow-up question is, where's your proposal? And so they learn how to think through problems themselves. We are there to provide advice, but we always want to make sure that they are taking the initiative to think through a problem and every single possible solution and the impact of each solution. And then we empower them to make the decision and deal with whatever consequence there may be. So this is time for questions.
Wonderful. So again, at this time, if you have any questions, I'm monitoring both the Zoom webinar platform as well as for anyone that is watching on Facebook Live. I am monitoring that. So if there are any questions and you're watching through Facebook Live, you can easily put it in there as well. But as I will get people to come up and think about things for just a second, I just want to once again say thank you to Lisa and Jackie especially because I know this is such a unique opportunity for our students to be able to connect and do something and manage all of this solely on their own, and that they really do have to take ownership, and they do, and they are willing to take on so many unique projects. I've had the great opportunity of working with student media for everything from creating things for our parent family weekend to creating videos for us, and so they really have done a ton. And they provide so many great opportunities for our students. So I just want to say thank you for all that you do for them as well.
So while we wait to see if there's questions, there's one more slide. If Reese, you want to go over contact information.
Yeah, just real briefly, even if you don't have questions tonight, you come up with something in the morning, or you just want to ask it privately, that's totally cool with us. We are available. Our email addresses are up here. You can also connect with us and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/UAB Student Media. Our Instagram is pretty active, and we've been enjoying updating that. Again, UAB Student Media. And again, you can follow us at our new website, uabblazermedia.com, where we should be updating hopefully soon. And then if you are already convinced that like my student needs to sign up today, we are happy to field any of those applications and start talking to your students. So if you'd like to, there's a bit.ly link down at the center of that, bit.ly/join UABSM. We are happy to walk you through that if you need anything.
And just a quick note, that bit.ly link at the bottom is case sensitive. So the UABSM has to be capitalized or the link will break.
I've already had one family member that said that they're definitely going to get their student to reach out and contact you all. So clearly families are here and connecting with this idea. So thank you so much. So at this point, if we don't have any additional questions, I do want to just remind families, please feel free to reach out to the Office of Parent and Family Services. Please feel free to reach out to student media. I know both Jackie and Reese will happily take any kind of questions or communications that you have related to your students' experience or upcoming experiences. And then this particular webinar will be reshared off of the Parent and Family Services page, our regular website page, within the next couple of days. We just have got to get it all captioned and everything. So if there's anyone, or you know that your student should have heard all of this information, it's a great way for you to still share that with them in the coming days. But again, welcome to UAB. For our family members, this is the third of our the summer webinar series. So please make sure that you're continuing to check out the new sessions. We're adding them daily. So we're trying to cover everything that your student can get involved in, everything from academics to student life and parking and transportation and much more. So join us for all the rest of the sessions throughout the summer. And most importantly, thank you again to Jackie Reese for all of the things that you're doing and for all that you are willing to do on a Tuesday night. So thank you. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you again.
Thank you.